So Rockstar has announced that Red Dead Online is going to come this November as a beta. We were lucky enough to talk to some of the developers at Red Dead about what is going to come in a couple of months.
Red Dead Online will use the world and gameplay mechanics of Red Dead Redemption 2 as a jumping-off point for a new world of cowboys and cowgirls and outlaws that combines multiplayer and cooperative gameplay and narrative components in a huge open world. So that sounds exactly what we'd expect. It sounds like an evolution of GTA Online. They also go on to say and make clear that that goes further, players can play alone or with a party, and that it will use the entire Red Dead 2 game world.
And I think, the important thing for me here is I want to see how that emerges if I'm playing with you or as my own, because they've said it's going to be a gang experience or it's going to be a single player experience in an online world.
Yeah, and that world is already, for single player, quite empty.
Yes.
Because it's the Wild West.
It's the Wild West, yeah.
So I wonder how that fills up and how it reacts to you as a multiplayer player as well.
Well, one of my funnest things in GTA Online was playing as a group of 4 people. And I think this obviously lends itself to gangs. How's that going to work? Is that going to be 4 people playing as a gang? Is it going to be bigger? Because that's obviously what it's like in single player. I don't know, but I'm excited to see what they do with that.
There are a few reasons for this. The first is that even though Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online share the same gameplay mechanics and geography, we see them essentially as separate products that will grow and evolve independently of each other. Also, as we've learned from experience when launching online games at this scale, there are bound to be a few issues, and we want to ensure that we have time to gradually roll out the game and make the experience as smooth as we possibly can for everyone. And he also goes on to mention that there's the obvious element of they want to give people enough time to finish Red Dead 2.
Of course.
The single player, that is, which is apparently enormous.
Yeah.
So they're giving people that sort of breathing space to not feel like they have to divide their time.
And I think, obviously, playing the single player game is probably the best tutorial you're going to get for going into online. But I do think that, obviously, with the best intention, Rockstar launched GTA Online within a month of the game coming out. And that game was fundamentally broken. The online component was fundamentally broken for the best part of a year afterwards. So I think this is a wise move. Pitching it as a beta, and then also making sure that what they launch with is indicative of what that final product is going to be.
Yeah, it feels more like it's going to come out as an idea of here's what you're going to get later on.
Yeah.
But trust us, this isn't it.
Yeah.
One of the biggest differences between GTA and Red Dead universes is that you're often speeding through or flying over a GTA world, whereas in Red Dead Redemption, the change of pace elevates the intimacy of the overall experience. Like the single-player game's story of Arthur Morgan, we want people to settle into their online characters and feel like every activity makes sense for the character, the setting, and the time. Kind of expected. Red Dead, you travel slower across that world. That's fundamental to it. More interesting, I think, is that he goes on to say what they want to be similar to GTA Online. Which is, they make very clear that they don't think they found their feet with that mode until Heists came out and really dug into the idea of a narrative alongside their co-op gameplay. And they want that to be the template, alongside the fact that they're drawing on the original Red Dead multiplayer for the feeling of it. They want that idea of you're playing stories with your friends or with people online, which is really interesting. I wonder if that means they're going to release with that stuff.
Well, I definitely think that they were my favourite parts of GTA Online, the bits that had direction. That's not to say the other stuff wasn't fun, but that fitted within the world of GTA. I'm not sure it does within the world of Red Dead because it's a lot more, somber in tone. I do think it's interesting how the narrative interactions you have with other players is key to the single player. I'm not sure how that's going to work in multiplayer because from my experience in online, you go and have a nice conversation with someone, you end up with a gun in your face.
Yeah. So they begin by saying they saw the original Red Dead multiplayer as being killed, in their words, by fracturing the audience through DLC drops. And he goes on to say that avoiding this was the inspiration behind Grand Theft Auto Online. We think we found a way to make multiplayer games that feel like Rockstar experiences, combining personality, gameplay, style, narrative, and variety into the packs. That didn't really happen until we released the first Heist pack. Our aim this time is to get there a bit quicker, but still be responsive to what people are enjoying playing and evolve as we go.
Yeah, I think obviously what we're going to see in November is probably just an experiment within that world. Seeing how many people can interact with each other and it not fall over.
Yeah.
But hopefully, by the time that part of the game becomes final, I think it has to launch with the equivalent of heists, which might be train robberies or bank robberies or whatever it might be, because I think that is fundamentally what that online experience is. I cannot think of anything better than teaming up with you guys and going to rob a train. That is going to be so much fun.
And speaking about the somber element of Red Dead, I'm really interested to see whether the multiplayer takes a different tone. Like, of course, Red Dead's most famous DLC pack was Undead Nightmare. It's completely different in tone. Is this the space for events like that? Are they going to stop, going to take that away from the single player experience, drop that into multiplayer, and this weekend it's zombie weekend, whatever that means? Like, it could be really interesting.
It would be really fun.
We still have big plans for Grand Theft Auto Online, and we will continue to roll out updates for the foreseeable future. We vaguely plan to stagger the updates of both games so that players can switch between the two, but our development plans may not always allow this. It's also interesting to note that he admits to not knowing where Red Dead Online is going to go and what form it will eventually take, in the same way as GTA Online didn't become what we know it is now until heists. Right now, he says their sort of philosophy for it is focusing on role-playing and morality, which is really interesting, because that suggests to me that there's going to be a sort of good guys versus bad guys element to it, which, like black hats and white hats in classic westerns. That really interests me, because that's so far away from what GTA Online is. There's no team element to that.
No, like, it was often about getting the highest wanted rating as quickly as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
But I love the idea of, either siding as a lawman or going as, an outlaw. I think I'm probably going to go lawman, I think.
Why, you're going to be nice?
Yeah.
Boring. If you want to know more about Red Dead Online, check out our announcement news video, or if you just like watching two men sit at a table and talk about cowboy games, check out our first look at Red Dead Redemption 2.